versions of data structure. We have discussed insertion of an element into the data structure, that is arrays. Similarly, the same example we are going to consider deletion of an element from the array or a data structure which is array. So I'll just explain the concept first, later we'll go for the algorithm. First, consider I have an array, or I'll write integer a of 5. Okay, if I have 5 elements, so consider I have created the array like this, which contains 0, 1, 2, 3, and it will be like 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I have 5 elements there. Okay, now suppose I have like 2, 16, 20, 45 and some 7. Okay, so these are the elements I have in the array. Suppose I want to represent a given position or any position. Say I'll write position that I want to delete the element as third position. So that is the third position, in the sense the position will be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so that is I want to delete an element that is present in the third position. That is, the index is what? Index is 2. Whichever element that is present in the second index, I want to delete that element. So that is, I want to delete 20. Okay, so in this case what happens is I cannot leave this space empty. So what we are going to do is we are going to delete this element. I am going to consider the element that I want to delete as 20. Now what I am going to do is I am going to write a of I, or you can start with I equals to, I'll start with position minus 1. So I'll start with I equals to position minus 1 until it reaches n minus 1. So I'll write some looping statement where it will start from position minus 1 and it will end at n minus 1. In this case, for example, consider I have an element, so I want to delete this 20. So if I want to delete this 20, the position that is, the element that is at third index should be moved to second index, and the element that is present at fourth index should be moved to third index. This is what the concept is. Okay, so if I want to delete this element, whichever position I want to delete, previous element should be moved to the that is, say whatever elements that is next to that particular element should be moved to the present position. That is, this element should be moved to second index, this element should be moved to third index, and that should be continued. So for that, I'll write for I equals to position minus 1 until, let us say, n minus 1. So what I'm going to write? I'm going to write something like, so position minus 1 is nothing but 2. Okay, then I value will be what? 2. So I'll write a of I equal to a of I plus 1. So this will be continued until I reaches n minus 1. Okay, so this is how I'm going to delete an element from the given array. So hope this is clear, in the sense whenever I execute the first time. So if I try to trace this, first I value will be position, which is nothing but position minus 1, which is 2. Then if I is less than or equal to, or if I write I is less than n minus 1, which is 5 minus 1, which is 4. So then I'll write a of I plus I. A of I is nothing but 2 equal to a of I plus 1. What is that? A of I plus 1 is a of 3. So the element I have at a of 3 is 45. So in the place of 20, I'm going to replace it by 45. So this is done. Next, I'll increment I value. If I increment I value, I will become 3. So again 3 less than 4, that is also true. If that is true, then we are going to execute a of 3 will be equal to a of 4. So what is the element that is at 4, which is 7. So instead of 45, this will be replaced by 7. Okay, now again if I increment I value, it will become 4. 4 less than 4 is false, so I'm not going to execute this statement. Then what we are going to do is we are going to reduce the n value will be changed to n minus 1. So that is, previously it was 5, now it will change to 4. Okay, previously n value was, number of elements we had was 5. Now we have deleted one element, so it will become, number of elements will become 4. So for this, if you want to write the algorithm, first we are going to write step 1. So I am going to write repeat for I equals to, or you can take the input of position also. So you can also write first step as read input, read position. I want to take the input of position of which element I want to delete. Next, second step you can write as element equals to a of position. Okay, so after that, in the third step we are going to write a repeat step 4 for I equals to position minus 1 to n minus 1. Okay, in step 4 I am going to write a of I equal to a of I plus 1 and I plus plus. Okay, so and then we are going to reduce the n value. So here we are going to end loop. After ending the loop, next we are going to write n will be equal to n minus 1 and step 6 will be stop. Okay, so this will be the algorithm for deletion of an element from the given data structure, which is array, where if I consider the array elements of 5 elements, I'll have 5 elements. In that I want to delete an element which is at third position. So if I want to delete the element that is at third position, we are going to write like this. First we are going to write the for loop, which will have for I equal to position minus 1 to n minus 1. We are going to check, that is say, we are going to execute these statements a of I equals to a of I plus 1 and a of I plus plus, and then we are going to reduce the n value by 1. Okay, this is a simple algorithm for deletion of an element from the array. So, and remember, these two programs, insertion and deletion, will also be repeated in the arrays chapter. So there also we are going to have this algorithm and then program. There I am not going to explain this concept again. So since we have done here, we are not going to execute this or explain this concept again in the arrays chapter. Okay, so it's clear. So that is about this function, which is called as deletion of an element from the given array. Next, we have the next function, which is linear search or searching. So searching is just like so if I have some elements like this, some 24, searching is the concept. So searching of element. So we have some set of elements. So here I want to search a given element. So we have different methods. One is linear search, other one is binary search. So I'm not going to explain these two methods because these two methods we are going to discuss in separate chapter called as searching. We have a separate chapter called as searching. There we are going to discuss in detail about individual things, what is linear search, what is binary search, and different methods of it. I'm going to just explain what is the meaning of searching. Searching is the process of finding an element. The process of finding an element in the given data structure is called as say searching. In that majorly we will be studying only these two techniques, which is linear search as well as binary search for your syllabus. So consider I have this set of elements or set of array elements. I want to search some element called as say some element like 7. I want to search 7. So if I am using linear search, we are going to compare this element with individual elements. So that is 7 will be compared with 2. If it is found, I can say element is found. Again 7 will be compared with 16, 7 will be compared with 45, 7 will be compared with 7. So once this executes, we can say element is found. If not, we will say element is not found. Again the same thing, if it is, this is the case with linear search. If it is binary search, there is a different method, where in linear search it can be in any order. It can be in ascending order, descending order, or it can be in jumbled format also. But when you consider binary search, the elements should always be in any order, either it should be in increasing order or decreasing order. So that is how the binary search will work compared to linear search. So that is the last type of operation under common operations. We have discussed basic operations and we have discussed what is common operations. Under common operations we have traversal, insertion, deletion, as well as searching. So this completes your common operations. Next we have the concept called as special operations. So under special operations we have sorting and merging. Okay, so sorting is a process of arranging the elements in an order, in ascending order or in descending order. So if you want to arrange any kind of elements that you have in a data structure in any order, like in a sorting, ascending order or descending order, that process will consider as sorting. We have a separate chapter in our syllabus. There will be discussing majorly three methods. One is bubble sort, insertion sort, and selection sort. These three types of sorting methods we are going to study. So there we are going to discuss about what is how to write the algorithm for insertion sort, selection sort, as well as bubble sort. Similarly, we'll have programs also. So that is regarding that is a sorting. Next, coming for merging. Merging is when you combine two data structures to form a single data structure. Example, if I say I have two arrays, one A of 3 and I have one more integer B of 3. Okay, and I'll want to merge the elements into an array called as C. Okay, in the sense I have three elements in A. Suppose it is 4, 5, 6, 0, 1, 2 is the index and array is A, and I have one more array which is B. Again you have 0, 1, 2, have some elements like 20, 25 and 45. Okay, so these are the elements of B. Now, so if I have these two data structures A and B, I want to combine those two data structures into a single data structure which is called as C. So I'll have the indexes like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, now here I'll take the elements of A and I'll copy it to C. So I'll write 4, 5, 6. This I can directly I can write. Say I can write A of I equal to C of I. Okay, so if I do this, I value will be initially 0. So if it starts from 0, here also it will be starting from 0. So where I'll insert all the elements into the array. So this is how we can do for the first array. Now these elements I need to copy to C also. In that case, what I need to start is, it is C of I equals to A of I. Okay, it is C of I equals to A of I. And in the other case, I want to copy the elements of B to 0. But here, I will start with I equals to 0. Because if I start I equals to 0, then B index will start from 0. Again, for C, I cannot use I. Because if I use I, these values will be replaced. Now, for that, I need to use one more variable, which is J, which will be the number of elements of A. That is n minus 1, which is 3. It will be 3 minus 1, it will be 2. Okay. Now here I can write C of J equal to B of I. Okay. And I can, every time whenever this is happening, I will be incrementing I value as well as I will be incrementing J value. This type of method will consider as merging, and we have like if I execute these statements, just consider these statements if I want to execute these three statements. So I equals to 0, this is I. J equals to 2, or it will be the number of elements we have is 3. So I'll make it as 3. So you have j will start from 3. If it starts from 3, so the number of elements of A is 3, so I'll be making it as 3 again. So C will start from 3, and again I'll write A of that is say C of j equals to B of I, so I'll get 20 here. Then I will be incremented, j will be incremented, so j will come here, I will be into the first index, so I'll get 25 and then I'll get 45. So this is the method of merging. So this is the concept of called as merging. You just go through what is the meaning of merging, so and what is the definition of merging. Okay.